Hey there guys, it's Seb from the Misawa Institute, and we are back with another Gundam Tcg video. A few days ago, it was Hyper Japan 2025, and one of the stalls there was dedicated to Gundam. And by taking part in some activities there, I was able to win copies of these two decks they were using to teach people how to play the game. One thing that's worth noting about these cards is that they're not actually tournament legal, as it says right here in big letters, and that is because they're from the Gundam Tcg Beta. I actually missed out on the beta thanks to scalpers being scalpers, so getting my hands on these cards does feel like a good old bit of poetic justice. There's also a few more differences between these cards and the ones you'll get in the starter sets, like the stats being in colour instead of just being white, and also a few of them having different effects to the ones in the final version of the game. These decks are also a bit different to tournament standard Gundam decks, like they only have 30 cards in them instead of the usual 50, because bear in mind these are just demo decks to teach the game, and that's why when we played with them, we only had 3 shields instead of the regular 6, because there's less cards. And another interesting thing to note is that unlike the 4 starter sets you can get right now, these two decks aren't organised based on what Gundam anime the cards come from, but rather in terms of what colours they are. Like this one over here, we've got green and red, the two more aggressive Unga Bunga colours. And over here we've got, the more tactical blue and white, more defensive style, you get the idea? So yeah, these are very interesting sets to have. Let's just get into what's inside them. Starting off here with the units, we got 2 of Char's Zaku 2. Like I said, some of the effects are different from the alpha, and this is a prime example. Instead of giving the incredibly useful search effect of the alpha card, this beta card, when destroyed, just gives you a rested Char's Zaku token, so it's a little more unkillable, but overall not as cool as the final version of the card. The art's also slightly worse, but I still love this card to pieces because it is Char's Zaku. What can I say? It's iconic. And also we have the Wing Gundam, which is a lot weaker than it is in the final version of the game. No effect, no annoying can attack active units, but it does have a smaller cost, so it all evens out. What else do we got here? We got some goofs, good old goof. I think this one's remained unchanged, still just deploys a Zaku when it's summoned. And a card that's coming in the upcoming set, we got the Gelgoog. The stat line and cost on this one is absolutely phenomenal, so when this card does release in the alpha of the game, I'll probably try and get my hands on some. Also, this is how a Gelgoog looks like. Do not pay attention to the G-Cox propaganda, this is a Gelgoog. We then have, of course, the Zaku 2. This card has changed a lot, because if you remember my video about my Xeon deck, the Zaku there had the art of it with a sniper rifle, and it could, gain attack when it attacks. This one, though, it's just got a 2-2 stat line, so it's a lot more stable, but a lot less aggressive. I think I prefer the final version, but they're both pretty cool. That's it for the greens. Now on to our red units. We got the Aegis Gundam Mobile Armor mode. Got a lovely little breach effect here, perfect for crushing bases. We've got Gyara Zulu. It's still the insane 3 attack, 2 cost menace that it always was. And that's it for the units because, like I said, it's just a 30 card deck. In terms of commands, we have my favourite command, Close Combat. I see it's the same in the beta as it was in the alpha, just deal 2 damage to something. Perfect for just crushing them blockers. And then on to our command/pilot hybrids. We have Indignation /Angelo Zaupa and the Blue Giant /Rambaral. 2 goated characters, 2 goated effects. What's not to like? On to the regular pilots. Of course, we got Margot Shah. We got Hiro Yui. And we got Arthur and Zala. And then each of these decks only comes with 2 bases. This one has 2 Rululas. Deals 1 damage when it's placed down. It's pretty nifty in a pinch. Of course, every deck does come with the usual 10 resources, EX base, EX resource, yada yada yada. And it also comes with some tokens to deal with the effects. Because if you remember I said earlier, the Shah Zaku does deploy a Shah Zaku token, so you get one. And then you get 2 Zakus for the goof effects. That's it for the green and red deck. Now on to the blue and white one. Starting things off, we have 3 mobile armor mode Gundams. Surprisingly, this one doesn't come with the regular Gundam, which is a bit of a shame considering the other one did come with Shah Zaku 2, but whatever, we still get the mobile armor form. And this one is like emblematic of how in this game, drawing isn't the crazy advantage that it is in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just one of the many ways to play, because if you want to draw a card, you have to wait until the middle of the game with a level 5. It's got a pretty good stat line too. Of course, we have the gun cannon. In the starter set, in the alpha, it's just a vanilla with a good stat line. But here, it can also rest a unit when it's paired up, so it's pretty deadly. We have the gym. Basically the exact same as the Beta Zaku 2. That's another reason why I'm glad they changed the Zaku 2, just to differentiate between it and its rival over here. And those are our blues. Onto the whites. We got the Gundam Aerial in its Biton form. And we got the Strike Gundam, which just like the Wing Gundam, doesn't have the insane effects it has in the alpha. I've noticed a pattern here. All the Gundams from Gundam anime that I don't like have no effects in the beta, and then insane effects in the alpha. We also have the Mebius Zero over here, got a nice 2-4 stat line, very cool. And then we have the Demi Trainer, the only blocker in this set of 2 demo decks. A 1-cost blocker is absolutely crazy against the other deck, because that one's all attack, attack, attack. So yeah, this card is neat to have. Those are our units. Onto the command/pilot hybrids. We only have one of these. Wait, nah, 2. We have the Hawk of Endymion / Mula Flaga. This card remained unchanged, and it's an absolute menace. I mean, being able to bounce stuff as early as level 2 is just insane. And the fact that it's like a link as well, yeah, this card is a menace. And then we have Kai's Resolve / Kai Shiden. My goat can either link with his gun cannon, or he can heal your guys. Either way, fantastic to have. And now on to the regular commands. We have 3 copies of the Witch and the Bride. Just like our Hawk of Endymion from earlier, this one does bounce, although it's a lot more late game being level 5. But of course, it does let you bounce a bit higher. It's a bit more situational than the Hawk, just because early game bouncing is going to be like terrifying because you've got less resources. And over here, they'll probably have enough to at least get some of their stuff back. But it is still a pretty fun piece of toolkit. Onto our regular pilots. We have the man, the myth, the legend, Amuro Ray. We have Suletta Mercury. And then we also have one of Kira Yamato. As for the base it comes with the white base. I don't play a blue deck in the actual game. I play a green and red one. But the white base has got to be one of my favourite bases in the game. And not just because it's cool in the anime. This card is another one that's unchanged in the alpha and beta. And the idea behind it is, for 2 resources, you can get yourself a token of either Gundam, Gun Cannon, or Gun Tank, depending on how much other stuff you've got in the field. And it's just pretty fun, accurate to the lore, and I do love resolving this one. Of course, speaking of the Gundam, Gun Cannon, and Gun Tank tokens, this deck does give you 1 of each. So technically you do get the original Gundam. And yeah, that's it for the blue/white deck. Overall, these are a lot of fun. Of course, the games do last a lot shorter than an actual Gundam game, because it's only 30 cards and 3 shields. But they are a lot of fun, and I am super grateful to the guy who let me have both of them. Like, It's just such a dream come true that we have a Gundam trading card game. This is just epic to me. And yeah, that's it for the video. I'll see you all next time. Bye!